Former Union Minister and Chief Spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ravi Shankar Prasad, is taking on Central Minister, Spokesperson of the Congress, representing the government tonight on the News Hour, Ashwini Kumar. Thank you very much, Dr. Ashwini Kumar. Thank you, Ravi Shankar Prasad. And I look forward to an interesting one-on-one chat between both of you. Ashwini Kumar, you presented a fairly robust defense of the government today. And you said there, and you were quoted in that report as saying, the CAG has not even whispered one word about illegal gratification. Now, I have papers of the screening committee meetings. I have 1,000 pages with me, sir. It doesn't take anyone to come to conclusions about how this process was riddled, not with loopholes, but with absurdities. With this expose of how the screening committee was operating, should the government, should those who were heading the screening committee now take some responsibility instead of pointing fingers at the CAG alone?
Well, if you're talking to me about the 1,000 pages of the screening committee's deliberations, certainly I have not seen all of them, but I do know that there is nothing in the screening committee's deliberations or the minutes of those meetings that can lead to the inference that there was any illegal gratification or any taint of corruption in the matter of deciding the allotments. Now, having said that, Arnab, allow me to make two fundamental points. We know, and Ravi would agree with me as a lawyer, not as the spokesperson of the BJP, that there can never be a charge of arbitrariness or whimsical exercise of power when the power is to be exercised in accordance with parameters and guidelines in the public domain. Please remember and give us credit that for the first time in 2004, we made the process more transparent by introducing, by way of insertion, by way of ads in newspapers, the guidelines and parameters that were to guide the exercise of decision-making power. It is settled law that the decision-making process, if it is not arbitrary, there has to be a presumption in favor of regularity of the decisions taken pursuant thereto. Now, we laid the foundations for ensuring that there was no arbitrariness in the exercise of the authority to allocate the mines. Point number two. It was we who started the move towards introducing the competitive bidding process as early as 2004. And I will describe to you why it took us so long. It took us so long because we had three opinions from the Law Ministry.
Yes.
The first in 2004, suggesting that we amend the Coal Mines Nationalization Act. Then came an opinion saying, no, the legislative amendment will have to be of the Mines and Minerals Development Regulation Act.
Yes.
The third opinion, which came on 28th of July, said that we could do so by administratively amending the law. Then in September, following the 28th of July, another opinion was given to the government saying that you can only do so by a legislative amendment. Finally, when we said, please tell us now finally what is the course open to us in law, the answer that we received from the law department was that please amend the legislation. That inevitably took time because we did not have the absolute mandate. This was a fractured majority. The stakeholders had to be taken into consideration. The line ministries objected. It took time. I am not running away from the fact that lawmaking exercise took time. Now, you can't fault us for the delay for the simple reason that lawmaking in a fractured polity is not at will of any particular
party. The whole
party.
story, Mr. Ashwini Kumar, you made a fairly long introductory comment, and I have rebuts, but I'll allow Ravi Shankar Prasad to come in first. I have direct rebuts for you on your 2 points of no arbitrariness, because I can prove to you from the screening committee meetings that there was arbitrariness. You say that you wanted to push for competitive bidding. There is one particular part of the screening committee meetings which reveals what was happening within 5 months of UPA 1, not UPA 2, which I will also come to later. And Mr. Ashwini Kumar, you see so far what was happening. You were saying CAG is subjective. Now I have the minutes of the meeting. If I take the numbers out of it, my argument to you tonight, Dr. Ashwini Kumar, is, if I take the numbers out of it, if I take the illegal gratification out of it, I still say, if you were to follow process, this is a disastrous process to follow. And the truth there is in the details
Why
of how
would you
the
say
screening
that?
committee was operating. I can.
Why would you say that this is a disastrous procedure?
I will come to you on that, and I will give you some specific examples to take the discussion forward. But since you have made your introductory comments, I'd like to go, as per decorum, to Ravi Shankar Prasad for a response, and then we'll open this up. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Sushma Swaraj says Mota Mal, and Lalu Prasad Yadav responds by saying, who made Mota Mal from the Reddy brothers? Is this the kind of debate that is required in something as serious as this?
Not the least. Sushma Swaraj then talks about that. She said repeatedly that I am making with full sense of responsibility. But let me give you certain statistics. I hope the decision-making process was as fair in terms of law, which Ashwini Kumar has just talked about. I'm happy you have got the reports with you. Arnab Goswami, between 1993 and 2005, for 12 years, only 70 coal blocks allotted. Between 2006 and 2009, a huge 145 coal blocks allotted, when the stakeholders knew that the rules of the games are going to be changed. I have got the latest reply of Sri Prakash Jaiswal dated 27/11/2008-2012 to unstarred question of Prakash Javadekar 1559.
You've seen that?
Which states all the 70 private coal blocks, none of them have come into operation at all. This is the level of GDP growth, etc. we will talk about separately. Or now the crux is this. In 2005, you overruled all the state objections. Yes, I compliment Ashwini Kumar that they sought to make a new beginning. But in 2003, we have changed the law of electricity whereby generation was delicensed. The coal cost has gone high, coal rates. From 2004 till 2012, you kept on delaying it. If your law ministry takes 2 and 3 years to give a simple legal issue, a screening committee is not a statutory creation, Ashwini Kumar. It is by executive instruction. You know, I know. The same could have been followed for auction as well. But for 8 years you delay. You come with a law, delays notification for another 17 months.
Yes.
And during those periods, you keep on allotting a whopping coal blocks 145.
So we must get the minister's response.
That is the real crux.
Okay, so we must get the minister's response. We must get the minister's response. And specifically, Mr. Minister, you said, how can you say, Arnab, that there's arbitrariness? Now, something happened as far as these papers are
Now, can I
please just, I'll take 30 seconds. So as an elaboration of what he said, then you can have your turn to reply. The question is this, Mr. Ashwini Kumar. On the 11th of November, 2004, and if I am not mistaken, your government UPA won and was voted in somewhere around 22nd or 23rd of May 2004, which means within 5 months of your government being re-elected, 6 months, you did something interesting. As per the papers I have, and this is very significant, Mr. Minister, I'm holding this up so you don't say that I'm picking up papers and I've invented it or asked somebody in Times Now to type it for us. This says that there was a decision taken which said allocation of captive coal blocks is made by the screening committee, and therefore it is only proper that the applications by the companies be also made by the screening committee. In other words, in one sentence, a decision was taken to bypass the entire vetting process through the ministries. That's a huge contradiction. On the one side, you are re-evaluating the law. On the other side, you're changing the process of application. 1 minute. To make the screening committee a one-stop shop, may I ask you, Mr. Minister, why was this change made? What was the urgency to change the vetting process so suddenly and so quickly after UPA got elected in 2004?
Let me first answer your query, because I think it is easier for me to answer that one, because it is so fundamentally flawed.